definition. CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, they collected samples from the Gulf oil spill, then did research to see how they could help. We're live at Temple University for National Engineers Week, coming up. Well, Temple students work to improve the damage done by the Gulf oil spill. They'll simulate their research, coming up.
And our latest
546. And did you know that this is National Engineers Week?
I did not know that.
Did you?
I did not. It is observed across the country, calling attention to the contributions that engineers make to our society. Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Brewer is live at Temple University, meeting with some of those engineering students. Morning, Nicole.
Good morning to you. That's exactly right. This celebrates the contributions that engineers make every day to society, and in this case, to the Gulf oil spill. And joining me now to talk more about that are Temple University graduate students in the engineering department. Nicole, tell us more about this research that you've conducted here.
Well, our study was funded by the Coast Guard, and we went down to the Gulf of Mexico in order to see the impact of the oil residues on the beach sediments in the Gulf.
And you wanted to try to understand kind of how bacteria played a role in that as well?
Yes, my job was to basically take the samples and see how the oil will degrade over time, and because the bacteria uses the oil as food, and the more food that they take and they grow with, the more oil will be off of the beaches.
Okay, and I know Jabber, you actually made the trip down to the Gulf Coast to collect these samples. What was that like for you?
Me and a team of fellow students, we went down there. We set up the wells and meters to get readings of the water quality and all that. We also collected some contaminated samples, which are these right here. We're out there and we made our way through 4 states along the Gulf Coast, and we planted all the wells on 4 different beaches in 4 states. So from there, we started talking with hazmat groups, and we just got a real eye-opening experience down there.
Yeah, I'm sure that was absolutely incredible to see. Now, I know Ruzba Tirani is actually going to simulate for us sort of how the research works. If you can, kind of describe to me what you're doing up there for us.
What I'm doing right now is I'm actually adding a light oil on top of water. As you see, that's how the oil spill happened, kind of simulating how the oil will stand on top of water. And I'm going to add the agent that can be used to break down the oil. And what we study here is actually studying that how the agent, the surfactant that we add, can actually help the biodegradation of oil, as we had in the Gulf.
So basically, you're looking at how bacteria can actually break down the oil and kind of aid in that process. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. And we also want to see that how would be the surfactant affecting the oil degradation by bacteria.
Wow, fascinating stuff. And now we understand it actually will break down, and there's a shot there to let you see that. But certainly really important research that's not only going to take place here in the classroom, but is going to extend and have a real-world meaning as well. But for now, we're live at Temple University. Nicole Brewer, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Very nice.
So neat they can recreate that.
How about that? Thanks, Nicole.
Very
Appreciate
bright
it.
people in here.
Yeah, no
You're
doubt
welcome.
about it.
Nicole, thank you.
I was having flashbacks. My mom taught biology at West Philadelphia High School for years. I was like having flashbacks of her saying, "Pay attention."
Take a note.
Right.
Quiz later.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. And first,
Now, in high definition, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
6:14 right now, and it's Engineering Week at Temple University.
and this morning we'll show you some of the innovations students are working on. Nicole.
Well, as part of National Engineers Week, Temple students in the engineering department were given 4 pennies, thread, toothpicks, and paper to build a race car. This team's won. What was the secret?
Teamwork.
All right, giving a nod to his boys over here. Yours didn't win, but you said because it was...
All show, no go.
Now let's see if they roll. Go. We'll have more from Temple University's National Engineers Week coming up. Back to you guys.
Oh, well, what happened right there?
It looks good, though. You know what? You just need that one standing still.
What's up?
Apparently, even gravity won't make it move. Yes.
Well, that's great. That's great.
It looked good just sitting there.
It did.
6:15 right now. More.
Well, it's an electric car that gets 7 times the gas mileage, and it was built by Temple students. We'll show you under the hood coming up.
All right, time
6:38 right now, and we're celebrating engineers here on Eyewitness News this morning.
Yeah, this is actually the National Engineers Week, which calls attention to the contributions that engineers make to our society.
Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Brewer is live at Temple University with more. Happy Engineers Week, Nicole.
Why, thank you so much, Erica. Yeah, this next feature is actually really cool. It's an electric car that gets 7 times the gas mileage of the average car, so pretty impressive, and it was built by Temple students. And here to tell us more about that is Dr. Hudapaya, who actually oversaw the process and the building of the car. Tell us a little bit about what you and students did here.
Yes, actually, we changed a regular internal combustion engine car into an electric fuel cell car. So basically, what we have here is an electric batteries in front, and
Yeah, I want to take actually a closer look under the hood if we can. Kind of describe for me, I know you said that you took a regular Audi car and you sort of made it electric, an electric fuel cell engine, but how do you figure out how many batteries are needed?
So we use the guideline from the performance of a regular car, and we'll calculate the amount of the power that is needed to go, for example, like 0 to 60 miles per hour, and the amount of the weight of the car. And based on that calculation, we estimate the amount of the power, and we got the electric motor that can supply that kind of power that we need.
Wow, and actually the numbers guy is standing to my right here. Tuan, you're a student, and you actually did the calculations for this vehicle. What was that like?
It was a lot of work. It was about 50 equations flying around all over the place, but, you know, we got it done. It's based on the EPA driving, the Environmental Protection Agency. They released a schedule for us, and we use that to calculate based on the weight of the car and the specification of the car. We can calculate how much power that we need to run the car.
Well, let's get a closer look. I know you said that the fuel engine, I think that's the right way of saying it, fuel cell engine is in the back here, so let's see if we can swing around and kind of get a closer look at that.
Okay, so this is the electric motor that basically turn the wheels, and it is powered by the battery that we just saw in the front, and the battery will be charged by a hydrogen fuel cell car. So basically, the battery has a limited range. So, for example, about 60 miles, and then when the battery got discharged, the fuel cell will charge the battery.
And this is really neat. It actually plugs in. Tell us more about that.
So once you're home, and the battery can also be charged not only by the fuel cell. The fuel cell you charge the fuel cell is for on the road, but at home you can plug it in. And you can also charge the battery.
Wow, so clearly a lot of work went into building this electric car that, again, gets 7 times the gas mileage of the average car. Again, a lot of bright people and, of course, with a lot of great guidance. But for now, we're live at Temple University. I'm Nicole Brewer, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Looking at the future live.
Forget which side the gas tank's on that car. It's great.
Very cool. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tell everybody we said thanks as well.
High definition. Eyewitness News on the CW Philly.
Good morning.
Well, with newly developed augmented reality, Temple students bring Eyewitness News to a moving screen near you. We'll tell you about the technology coming up.
Great, you see that?
This morning, Nicole Brewer is at Temple for Engineering Week.
And she has some pretty neat student projects. Good morning.
3D.
Nice,
3D.
Nicole.
I knew you'd like the glasses. Well, he's manipulating 3D objects with the touch of his hand. Coming up, we'll tell you about the technology developed by Temple University students.
All the big holidays, but I bet you don't know this one. It is National Engineers Week.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's observed across the country, I understand, calling attention to the contributions that engineers make to our society. Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Brewer joins us now from Temple U with more on that. Hi, Nicole.
Morning.
Good morning to you, Yuki and Erica. Yeah, today we're talking about augmented reality, but it's sort of a new spin on the technology, if you will. And joining me now is Dr. Lee Bai, and you sort of oversee this department. What have the students worked on to create?
Well, there's a lot of collaboration with transmedia, so we have 2 wonderful students there, obviously collaborate with other students. There are 2 interesting projects they're working on. One is called Deer Dance and Engineering Augmented Reality.
And this is what we see right now with the actual 3D images, correct? And I know, Michael, you're sort of getting in place for us right now to show us how it works. Kind of describe for me what it is that you're doing with your hands and that's being projected onto these screens.
So right now we're actually using the Microsoft Kinect sensor, which is pretty popular. Everybody's used to playing Xbox. And what we're using it for is basically a 3D camera, and it tracks my hand and I think your microphone in 3D. And as I move my hand, it knows its exact position in 3D space and basically X, Y, and Z direction. So left, right, top, bottom, and also in depth.
And that actually projects onto the screen over here, correct?
Right, so yeah, so we're using a projector to display it right now. And so as I move my hand, this three-dimensional cursor moves around the screen. So you can see that as I move my hand in depth, it moves further into the screen. As I move my head closer to me, it moves further out.
Right, pretty cool stuff. And I can see with my 3D glasses, it looks really, really cool. We've also got another project here that actually can take a moving image or a video and kind of transmit it onto a moving screen. And earlier in the tease, we said that Temple students actually allowed Eyewitness News to move with them. And you can kind of see what we mean with this technology right here. Catherine, you've worked on this. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we've been working with the College of Dance with this project, kind of as a way to develop real-time special effects to use with their performances. So we're tracking the board with a camera and projecting the image onto the board.
Okay,
so it
well,
follows the movement.
that's really, really cool. We can see a lot of great minds here at Temple University. We'll be bringing you more from National Engineers Week coming up. Back to you guys.
Wow, very, very cool.
Yeah, I don't
very
understand it, but it's
That's
really
great.
neat.
Huh?
I like to look at it. I don't quite get it.
See
but
Kate all upside down? Let's see her right side up and in person
Let's
and
do
live
that,
right
Kate.
now. Good morning.
Well, call it a muscle car. It's a remote-controlled toy car that actually moves with your muscles. We'll tell you how it was made here at Temple University coming up.
Yeah, that's cool. Right now, and we're celebrating engineers here on Eyewitness News this morning.
This is actually the National Engineers Week, which calls attention to the contributions that engineers make to our society.
Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Brewer is live at Temple University with more for us. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning to you. Well, from massive robots to little itty-bitty ones, the next projects were actually sponsored by NASA. And here to tell us more about that is Yuli Balter. You actually created this.
Yes. What we have here are two little robots called Bobots that we created. One is controlled by me, a human, and the other one is controlled by itself, a mind of its own.
Man versus machine. Let's move over and tell us sort of the purpose behind this exercise. What are you trying to see what they'll do?
The purpose of the exercise is try to navigate through this maze until get in the right corner here. So just basically one I'm controlling my laptop, you'll see, and the other one will be by itself, and we'll see what happens.
Let's see him move, guys. Let's see which one, the human-controlled robot or the one with the mind of its own. We'll see which one makes it through the maze. And while we're thinking about that, we're going to actually move along to our next project. There's just so much to see here at Temple. And this is actually what you would call a muscle car in the truest sense. Tell us about this project.
Well, this is a car that's controlled by Allison, being used as a human joystick. We record signals from her muscles, and then those signals are sent to a computer that interprets them and then uses them to move the remote control car.
All right, let's see this work. Tell me about the movements. What's happening right now?
So the way it works is her right arm controls the right, left arm left, right foot controls forward, and left foot controls the rear. Rear movement, and right now she's just making it go all kinds of directions.
Oh my goodness. Now, what kind of thought and work went into creating this?
It took a whole summer to do this, and a lot of time spent on it.
Okay, well, time well spent. Congratulations to you guys. For now, we're live at Temple University. Nicole Brewer, Eyewitness News on the CW Philly.
Can you imagine that in the future, driving your car for
Christmas will be here before you know it.
I can hardly wrap my mind around the work that these students have done. It's awesome.
They are amazing.
Awesome
Give everybody
stuff.
a high five for us. Nicely done.
Smart
Please
bunch
do.
of guys.
Indeed.
Thank you. From Yuki.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you in a little bit. Our time is 8:30. Still ahead, engineering students at Temple are showing off some of their projects this morning, and they are great. Nicole?
Well, it's made from plastic and water runs right through it. We'll show you porous pavement coming up.
Oh, neat. And what? It's Engineering Week, and engineers help improve the quality of our lives every day.
And we are celebrating them on this National Engineers Week. Eyewitness News reporter Nicole Brewer is over at Temple U, meeting with some engineering professors and students. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, right now we're looking at an alternative to cement or asphalt. And here to tell us more about porous pavement is Dr. Naji. You actually developed this along with Temple students.
Yes, the product basically uses plastic waste or bottles that we mix with soil and coarse materials, and then we melt the whole thing together and we come up with a new or alternative material that can be used in porous materials that address stormwater runoff as well.
And let's take a look at those materials. I know we have them displayed over here to our left. Just again, take us through. I know plastic waste is used in addition to soil.
So we mix them together, and then we heat them up together, and then we mix them later with